So I want to appreciate each one of you. I also want to appreciate the facilitators, and particularly the Kodris Africa. I can tell you that it is not a mean task to teach teachers, isn't it? So I believe that they have done a good job. And much more than that, I want to appreciate the partnership that is there, of course, between Kodris Africa and Kicd. The CEO indicated that this is actually a journey. Being a journey, because we are getting into the digital field as a very important and critical skill in the 21st century. And those of us, we know that we are reforming the education system. We have a competence-based curriculum. Now, in this competence-based curriculum, we have 7 core competencies. But just to pick a few that are related with what we are doing here, one of them is critical thinking and solving problems. And also, the other one is about innovation and creativity, which is actually very key. And then we have what we call the digital literacy as part of the core competencies. So as you look at this and you see the need that we need to walk the journey together, and the fact that this content has already been approved by Kicd, which is the National Curriculum Development Center for all the levels of education, except the university, where they develop their own curriculum. I think we all appreciate that we have been engaged in a very important exercise. And I believe every one of us, we can clap for ourselves, because that is very important for all of us. Let me go ahead and say that as we walk this journey, it is important to appreciate that in an exercise like this one, there are very many contributors. And I believe that those of us who are here are many from the private schools. And I want to emphasize this, being the second cohort. I want to look at the first cohort and the second cohort in this, and noting that we are actually coming from the private teaching, that as we grow into the even the public schools, what we need to appreciate is that our role is going to be very key. If I don't say anything else, or I say many things and maybe you have not conceived what I've said, it is important to get this, that as we go out there, we need, first of all, to see that there is something very critical and important concerning the matters to do with the 21st century skills in education that has been imparted on you. And in that case, we want to ask ourselves, being the pioneers in this process of teaching coding, because we are looking at it as a new field, but which is very important, then can we say that evaluation that is going to be conducted, maybe sometimes to come, will you say that this very good initiative, that it collapsed in our hands? We want to say that it was not just another exercise. You know, I know that in this nation, there are people who will attend an exercise because they are just excited that there was an exercise. But this one needs to be understood that there is a contribution that has come to you, and you are expected that you can actually be able to give back to the society. That when the output of this exercise will be evaluated many years to come. It will be appreciated that it is good that this initiative and the process began. So as you go out there, because that is basically the purpose of closing the meeting, it is not necessary to come and begin to teach you and tell you what is about coding. I believe that has already been delivered. But my statement is here. It is actually to encourage you. It is for you to go and exercise your patriotism. You know, these values, we keep on talking about them. Now, you have been given an opportunity. And if this initiative is going to grow into the other sectors of education, then I believe that even the investment that has come from our partners, they believe the other partner is ICT authority. And you can see now, if there is ICT authority, there is Kcd, there is really a big support from the government, isn't it? So we can almost say that this is something that is very critical to the way the government is going to run the affairs of the education. And you know what is happening. So this is my encouragement that as we go out there, let's begin to think about how are we going, to ensure that this process continues, in a quality management system, that there is continuous improvement, that a process does not end by itself. And that is why there are always controls. I hope, Bwana CEO, there are controls that have been there, just to check, to monitor, and to see that it is progressing well. But I believe since we have started a journey with you, Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, the main mission is the provision of curriculum and curriculum support materials. Whatever we are doing here in terms of coding is something that has already been now mainstreamed into the curriculum designs, meaning that we're also going to get to the process of developing curriculum support materials that are aligned to what is actually happening. So it is a journey, and we are going to work together. And that is why I'm here. I wanted to say that we appreciate even having chosen Kicd as the center from where you have conducted this exercise. And I want all of you to feel really appreciated. So with those remarks, one thing I want to do is actually to wish you success. We have all agreed that this is a journey which is supposed to come up with good deliverables for the nation. And finally to say that God bless you so much.
Take together. Aya. Moja, mbili, tatu, nne, tano, sita, saba, nane, tisa. We decorate the flowers nicely. Then we hand over to them. Thank you so much.
So thank you very much. I think we can start off by saying that we are in a very privileged position as an education system and as a country, following the approval by Kicd of curriculum support material for teaching coding to our young learners in primary and secondary schools in Kenya. This is a very new area, and as you may be aware, Kenya, through the Ministry of Education and Kicd, is the first government in Africa to approve a curriculum material, support material of this nature. And South Africa actually is only now piloting. And secondly, I think I would like to pay tribute to the wonderful relationship that we have developed with the Kenya Private Schools Association, and that we have come to a juncture where directors have agreed that they can release their teachers so that we can induct them on the platform that we have and that is approved by Kicd for teaching coding to students. As some of you may be aware, coding today is one of the most important skills that a learner can have, and it is irrespective of which career path they choose to take. Students need coding today. They need it for their career paths in the future. In fact, it is so highly demanded that you, as you may have seen in news articles in the recent past, earlier this year, Google set up shop in Nairobi. Microsoft Africa Development Center has set up shop in Nairobi. And some of the young people that they are looking to employ are those who have studied coding and those who understand how softwares are developed and how computers are programmed. Because these young learners are growing up in a world where the world is ever more computerized, the world is ever more digitized. If you look at your phone today and its computing capability, it is very, very high. All the applications that we use there, whether you're talking about WhatsApp, whether you're talking about social media applications like Facebook, like Twitter, whether you're talking about applications like Kpsa, whether you're talking about even school management applications, they are created by coders. And there is a whole world out there in the digital space where young people are making a living and creating employment, getting employed. And by studying coding, we are giving them a foot forward into that world so that when they complete school, then they have the skills that they need to navigate a 21st century environment. So very, very grateful at the Kenya Private Schools Association and especially the directors of the schools that have agreed to release their teachers to actually become the pioneers of this novel subject. Have done so because this matters for our children. We have been made aware by the Kpsa office that there is many more schools that have an interest. And as you're aware, last month, in the month of, at the beginning of October, we did our first cohort. And then now we have released our second cohort. We are happy and the teachers are very engaged and they have the view that it's a platform that is very useful, that will become very useful for learners. So we are looking forward to seeing schools also deploying so that students can start taking up these lessons. And I think in addition is to say that we will continue to take more cohorts, and this information will be communicated through the Kenya Private Schools Association offices so that we can have more teachers and more schools adopting this novel subject. I believe that as the senior official from Kicd who closed our cohort today said, that the government is fully behind this. CBC has digital learning as one of the 7 pillars, and it's critical that students learn what happens in the digital sphere so that they're not afraid of it. And as parents, we stop getting frightened every time students or our children pick up digital devices, but that actually we teach them how to master production in the world of computer programming and how softwares are built, so that they can master that world, they can become producers in that world, and they can start making, they can look forward to making an income and a living out of that world. So we're grateful, and we are grateful for this journey as Kodris Africa to be honored to be making the pathways, to be trailing the blaze for and for those who come after us to find it easier to learn these 21st century skills. So we look forward to even inducting more teachers. We look forward to spreading the word around about coding, and just to be sure, coding is a very, very important skill today. So let your children learn it, let your learners get it in class. It is very, very cost effective to do it. We have explained it and broken it down to teachers. It may cost as little as 330 shillings per child per term to introduce it in your school. And as we said, it's a very, very important value addition in terms of what they're learning in school. So thank you very much for this opportunity.
My name is Steve Ndinyo from Kpsa Schools. I've been here for Kodris training. We've really learned a lot from our program. I would like to appreciate our Kenya Private Schools Association, Kicd, and also the Kodris company for the wonderful training. I hope that we are going to learn more as we progress, and we really appreciate.
My name is Mercy Maina from Marion School. I would like to appreciate Marion School for giving me this chance to be here. Also, I would like to urge other schools to come and join this program of Kodris, since it is incorporating CBC and also IT.
I want to appreciate Kodris Africa in conjunction with the Kpsa for giving us this opportunity, and also my first appreciation goes to Marion Schools, which has given this opportunity to learn coding, which is a very key factor in the CBC, that is the competency-based curriculum in terms of digital literacy. And I've learned that digital literacy is very important because it is enhancing other competencies. So I want to urge other schools, especially the members of Kpsa, to join this bandwagon so that we move together, so that we can really implement the CBC curriculum as we move on to the junior secondary.
I'm teacher Alan Otieno Siamba from Fountain of Grace Academy. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Kodris Africa in partnership with Kicd and Kenya Private Schools Association for giving us this opportunity to train on coding. I've learned from the training on digital literacy that it's very important on day-to-day life in solving real-life situations by enhancing the critical thinking and problem-solving skills. I would like to also encourage other stakeholders in the private schools association to join and train on digital literacy. I would like to encourage the government too to support it fully, because this is the future, and the future is CBC, so that it is fully implemented and we move together.